ahead of those storms, Governor Greg Abbott today issued a disaster declaration for 23 counties, many of them in the Houston area. Here's Marcelino Benito with the precautions officials are taking to protect us.
Ron, not only are we mid-pandemic, but now we have the real possibility of a major hurricane around the Houston area. That's why state and local officials are warning all of us to prepare right now while we still have time. All of Southeast Texas holding its breath as they wait to see what a soon-to-be major Hurricane Laura decides to do.
We will probably only have about 48 hours from the time it clears Cuba, and therefore we get better modeling on it until it makes landfall. So that's a problem for somebody somewhere, and it might be us.
Galveston County Judge Mark Henry says plans are in place should Laura track further west. Meanwhile, Governor Greg Abbott is already mobilizing state resources to prepare for a possible worst-case scenario.
I am declaring a state disaster for 23 Texas counties.
That includes Harris County, where the Office of Emergency Management continues to closely monitor Laura.
I've been doing emergency management for 15 years. And this is probably the most erratic forecast I have seen in my time in emergency management. But it's not over. The forecast is going to change this afternoon, it's going to change tonight, and it's going to change tomorrow.
Harris County says it has 60% more high water rescue vehicles than it did during Hurricane Harvey. They're assessing bayous, and plans are in place for modified shelters due to the pandemic.
You should certainly not panic, but you should get ready. That means getting the supplies that you need to last you 5 to 7 days.
That means don't forget your masks and sanitizer. And most importantly, officials urge you to please take the threat seriously.
Models do show over 15 inches of rain and potentially up to a Category 3, which would be a major disaster for us.
Make sure that you take action to save your lives. Remember, your life is far more valuable than your property. Your property can be replaced, your life cannot.
You've heard it a lot the last few days, but it's worth repeating. You should be checking that weather forecast at least 2 times a day until we find out exactly where soon-to-be Hurricane Laura is heading. And if you haven't prepared that hurricane kit just yet, you better take care of that tomorrow. Ron, back to you.
All right, thank you so much. Good advice. Thank you, Marcelino. And remember, you can get updates on the storms anytime you want using the KHOU app. We've got the latest spaghetti models and forecast tracks. We can also send the information right to your phone. Just text the word storm to 713-526-1111.